Hey, vinyl community, Ed here from Ed's Den of Metal. This video has been a little bit in the making. Been delayed a little bit for a couple of reasons. I wanted to do this as soon as I got this box set, but thanks to Amazon, it didn't happen right away. So the box set in question is the New Metal Church, the 5 albums there from 1999 through 2013. And first one arrived on release day. I was very happy for that. I get home and there it is. It's ready for me. It's sitting on the front by my garage door, and guess what? This is the box. So I'm all excited about it. I go to pick it up, and first thing I heard was things moving in there. So I open this up. Now, this cardboard is the second one. I'll get into that in a bit. What's something on here? But there we go. Moving around in here. So this box measures almost 16 inches across, 15 inches tall, and 4 inches in here. There's enough room to put 2, probably 3 of these box sets in there. I'll get back to that one in a second. Not impressed with that. So I hurried up and I opened up the box set, but all right, I took the shrink wrap off, and this is the beginning of what I saw. So other than that, everything else looked good, and I'm like, okay, maybe that's it. So open this up. Yeah, that's a pretty good ding there. Not happy. All the records inside were individually shrink wrapped, but I'm going to dump those upside down here. So there's the other part of the box. Definitely messed up. Guess what? Right there, split. Not impressed. I can feel this one going right through. I could poke my finger through it. The records themselves were all wrapped. I looked at them briefly. You can see, I'll start with the first one here. Pretty gnarly. Pretty nasty. All right, how's number 2? Probably not the easiest thing to show on here. But the same thing, probably, actually, this is where you can see it a little bit, but that's all in that side there. And let's see if we can see that. Nice seam split. Third one, same thing. Fourth one, blown out, crushed. This one's, well, the color's wrong, but because that's a lighter color, but the seam split goes from there to there. Again, crushed in there. I started looking at these. I was pulling them out one by one. Started looking at them, and this one, okay, looks okay. It's got a corner. It's got an ear on it. So I'm not going to go through all of these, but every one of the inner sleeves had that same damage. It's a thicker paper. Hey, records are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with that. They're nice and flat, so I will get into that in a bit. So that was my first one there. So I sent for a replacement. And they sent it out. I had it in 4 or 5 days, 6 days, something like that. I had the next one. That one comes in this box here. This was the actual box. Now, I said I wanted to show you something. Obviously, I ripped that open. I gave a little nasty thing in my request for replacements, like, come on guys, please, these things are delicate. We need to package these better. Can you please make sure this next one is packaged nicely? There we go again. Overall, the box looked okay. This is not my damage. This is not from me opening it. So I think this is how that showed up with this damage right here. And then I broke the seal from here on out. Again, same thing, nothing inside. This one showed up worse shape than the other one. Now I was pissed off here. Okay, cat wants to go in a box, so. Look at that one. Hey, guess what? This is unacceptable. I'm pissed off now, really pissed off at Amazon. Dump the records here. No care into how these things were packaged. These records are still sealed. I didn't even open them. Trying to get the light, but seams blown out is bad, or actually some of these are way worse than the other ones. I'm like, all right, this is bad. So I thought about it for a couple days what to do. Do I just suffer, live with it, and deal with it? And I emailed Reaper Entertainment, and he got back with me, and Greg did. And after he said, all right, well, let me talk to my colleague, and we'll get back with you fairly quick. So they did. The next day I had a response back, and I was very polite. I told them exactly what happened, and they said, as much as we'd like to help, we just cannot break apart these limited sets. So my suggestion, he said, return it to Amazon and just order it from their American distributor. I did end up doing that. I wasn't sure if they had extra jackets. My thing to them was, I'll pay for shipping. I'll even pay for another box. Do you have extras laying around? I've watched some videos out there where sometimes the record labels have extras, and I was just kind of hoping that maybe they did, but he didn't. I understand. I get it. I wouldn't want him to break them apart and discard records just for that. As it is, how many are Amazon damages? How many are they going to get back that are toast? It's terrible, because how many people are not going to get one of these? There was 1,000 of these made, and that's it. Then what? Now, what are these going to end up in Amazon's landfill? I called. I had to call and talk to somebody at Amazon because it wanted me to take it to a UPS store, which we don't have here. Normally, I could just take it to the UPS drop-off facility where all the trucks came in, but that place left, I don't know, a couple, 3 months ago in our town. And everything is in a nearby town about 35, 38 minutes away. So I called him up. I said, hey, this is not going to happen. We need to, do something here. You guys sent these in oversized packaging, ignored my request for a better packaging, and now you expect me to take a 38-minute drive to take it up to a store and then take a 38-minute drive back. No, this ain't happening. You already told me I could drop the first set at, here in the United States, we can drop them at Kohl's. That's a department store. But this other one, the second one, had to go to the other place. I'm like, are you kidding me? So she finally went through a bunch of stuff, and I'm able to drop them both at the department store here in town. So I kind of held on to these. I got to get these in the mail tomorrow so I can get them, or to Kohl's so I can get them out of here before they bill me for them. I've already gotten the money out on that. And then the second one that I got from, actually from Reaper Entertainment came. They got that out pretty quick. Packaged it extremely well. Very nice. I opened it up, I looked at it, and that main right corner, nothing. You know, it was in a somewhat oversized packaging box, but it was wrapped in 2 layers around with bubble wrap all the way around. It didn't go anywhere. This thing is perfect. And again, I'm going to dump the jackets here. And again, no issues here anywhere. This thing is beautiful. So looking at all the jackets, which were individually sealed. It sounds like the black ones were individually sealed. There's the top spines. You can see in the middle one, right below my chin, the middle one has, that's about, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch. Start of a split. I can live with that. That's not a problem. So very glad to have finally a good set here. And yeah, now let's get into what we have here. The box set, Metal Church Reforged, the 1999 to 2013 albums, remastered collections. On the back, there we have Reaper Entertainment. And the 5 albums are listed here. Nice heavy box. Let's set that off to the side here. And then the individual records are all remastered. Masterpeace. Now all of these have new artwork. I will start with saying that I heard this one back in the day. I do remember it. It didn't do a lot for me back then. And then all the others I've never heard. These will be first-time listens. Actually, I've listened to a couple of them already. They sound really, really good. So, but a nice, it's a double, nice thick spine. There, that focused nicely. And there's a little catalog. That one's real hard to see. I don't know if, yeah, it's not gonna focus. On the back, the track listing for side A, side B, and side C. All of these are 3-sided. The 4th side is an etching. I'll show one of those. They're all identical etchings. And so here's the first one, the inner sleeve, and again, the artwork right here, and it opens on the side. I've done my own sleeves, so the inner sleeve, again, opening here with some lyrics on that side. Again, here's the second one. And there you go. So I don't know why they didn't make these so that they were up and probably in a little more of a correct order, because if you look at the tracks, they don't always line up. So I would have considered this the main side, and then back here, these are the lyrics for the tracks on side C. This one right here is side 2, and there's side 1. Kind of goofy. Nice sleeves, nice heavy, but I always put them into my my own. I like these anti-static sleeves. So there's the, and all of these are the same on all 4 sides, so the centering's there. And then I'll briefly show, if the lighting will allow it, Metal Church Yeah, there, you can see everything in it there. Reforged, the Remastered collection, 1999 to 2013. Couple of the things with the artwork, as these are all different artwork. Typically, I don't like that. I've never been a fan of them changing it, because if it was good enough the first time, why isn't it good enough for this one? So I went through and I actually made something, and I did this. I've created it and made a little PDF, and then made it on some nice paper. But I did the original artwork like this on some heavy-duty paper, listing just, you know, Masterpeace released 22nd of July 1999, original artwork. Another thing I put on the back is I put the lineup, who was on these, and production credits, because one of the things on all these sleeves, there's no credits, anything. The only thing for credits that we see on here is who wrote the music and the lyrics in here. I don't know if that was an oversight, intentional, or what, but I made these up, these little PDFs here, and I'm going to just slip that in with each one of these. So, and I'll show these as we go along, because they did do a nice job with the new artwork, but I still wanted the original there, so decided that was the route I was going to go. So the second one is The Weight of the World. This came out in September 2004. So there was a 5-year gap between the Masterpeace record and this one here. Again, pretty cool album cover. I guess here's where I'll show what the original one looked like, okay? So kind of nice to see what they did with it, but I definitely am glad to have this that I can just slip into the jacket. Again, here we see the new lineup, and here is where we see Ronnie Monroe come in there for on vocals. So, okay, try to keep all these separate here too. So, again, same thing. You got the inner sleeve. So here, the main one, that is side one. Go figure. Wings of Tomorrow. Time will tell. Okay, so that's a split. So side B is here. So yeah, they're mixed up a little bit. I didn't totally look at that before starting the video, but a little better order than the last one. So there's our centering. So cool. Again, logo, etching on the back. So moving on to the third one in the collection is A Light in the Dark. Okay, this one here came out in June of 2006. Kind of a cool cover there with the crypt, and then you know, their iconic guitar. And there is what the original one looked like. So actually, you know, I think I like this one better. This time, you know, normally I don't, but this one that's a pretty cool, you know, the rocks around it, and this one here is a little more of a building, old, ancient. So again, here's the lineup of who's on this one. Again, still with Ronnie Monroe. So now these, I don't know these at all. These next three I haven't listened to at all yet. So these will all be new. That one there. Now, here we turn it around and it's upside down. So now I have to do that. Kind of a not planned properly on their end. It does start with A Light in the Dark, which is the first track on side 1, ending with side 2. So, and then that being the third side, C. And then they did a close to the same thing. So, show you the centering on that one. So, nice job they did on those. They look very, very, very nice. So, good to see that. Okay, now the next one is This Present Wasteland, which was September 2000. Yes, I'm cheating. 2008. So, a little more of a Wasteland artwork here than the original. This one almost looks more like a beautiful morning kind of thing, the sun coming up, whereas this one here definitely portrays more of a doomy wasteland. You got the crater in the crack in the ground there, whereas this one here just shows the shadow. Now the shadow is still here, but a little different, a little differently done. Again, do I like this one better than that one? I'm glad to have them both. I'm definitely thinking the new ones, they did a nice job with the upgrades. So, again, now here, little different because on this one here, the logo is much bigger and in a more dirty color. Flipping to the back side, we do have the lyrics starting with side A, The Company of Sorrow, going through Monster, which is second track on side 2, and then it moves on to first track or third track side 2, ending with Congregation, which is the last track on side 3. Again, no logo artwork, which is cool how they gave us a few different options here. So, but there we go. You know, let's put some things in the comments. What do you guys think about changing of artwork? Do you like the new stuff? Do you like the old ones? On these records, do you like the new ones or do you like the old ones? You know, put some things in the comments there. Let's have a discussion about that. There we go with the centering there. So, and then the last one, Generation Nothing, from October. This was released October 22nd, 2013. So there was another 5-year gap here for this one here. Generation Nothing, a little bit more of the wasteland thing here. All the old archaic computers and screens. Still got the guitar right there. And again, definitely a pretty cool cover compared to what the original one was. So, and there's the lineup again. So, all right. So, here we have a slightly different view of the same. Almost like they took these pictures from different angles. So, Bulletproof starts side A, track 1, ends Jump the Gun, which is the first track on side B.
So what I consider, you can see where my sleeves are coming out here, but what I would consider the third or fourth side, this is actually the third side with the lyrics for that, going up through the middle of side 3, and then the last one here. You know, that's not the end of the world. It is a little funny how they didn't totally make sure these were all in the same order, but there we have the centering of that one there. So again, there we go. That's the new 5 LP box set from the Mighty Metal Church. I don't know if any more is going to come of this. You know, there are a few more records. And if I'm not mistaken, the next one is where Mike Howe came back to the band. May he rest in peace. He'll be back for the next record. So are they going to do another box set? You know, they did not include the 1993 record, which I don't own. I'm trying to find a, I know I'm not going to get a vinyl copy because the only one out there is from South Korea, but there is plenty of CDs out there, and I'm actually looking for I'm going to look for a Japanese copy with the OBI. Has one extra track on it, so just something extra, and then go from there. Coming into the next part after that, are they going to do another round with the Mike Howe records? I don't know. That'd be nice if they did. Keep it going a little bit, or just have them reissue them. I mean, they kind of went out of print after they sold out of the first round. You know, I think let's see how this does, and maybe they will do that. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around to the end. You know, let's strike up some conversations here. Let me know what you think in the comments below about the artwork and whatnot, and let's see what you think, and have a great day. Sorry this was a long one, but I wanted to really talk about the crap from Amazon in the beginning there. So it's sad what they're doing. So anyway, have a great day, rock on, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, talk to you.